Today we're touching base with Tim in Melbourne, which is always a pleasure. The market in Melbourne, Tim. What are you seeing as you walk to work in the morning? Or into the office? What's catching your eye? What's going on?
Yeah, look, it's still pretty quiet down here. I think.
Right.
Yeah, there's not many people around. There was a bit of a push to bring people back in. I think it was up to 75% this week, but due to a recent outbreak, that's been relaxed a little bit again.
They were trying to get 75% occupancy back, were they?
Yeah, for this week. Yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah, right.
But that's gonna go back a little bit now. But look, I mean, there's a lot of companies struggling, especially the retail entities. I think you can especially see it, in the year, and you can see it, a lot of boarded up, a lot of closed. And it's, if you think about what else is happening in the market here, there's a whole influx now of additional space from new builds, which is pretty unprecedented, I think, for the last 10, 15 years.
Commercial office.
Yeah, especially in the Docklands and the like.
Okay.
It's there's a lot of new space coming online, and I guess the trick is to fill that. The vacancy rates are going up. I think they're 8% now.
Right.
It was a lot closer to sort of 4% last year. And there's more space coming online. So that'd be very interesting. I mean, I suppose from our perspective, for due diligence and those sort of types of work, it should be good. And make goods, for example, where tenants are moving out of spaces into new spaces. But I do feel the owners are going to, I guess the institutions will be able to find the funding to renovate and make the old spaces a little bit more attractive to attract new tenants in there. Yeah. But the smaller owners, I don't know whether the funding is going to be so forthcoming
and so tight.
I think they're going to have to be really smart about how they sort of differentiate their space from and compete with the new space coming on.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
So, I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were saying that there's so much money around that transactions piece that people can, if they've got a good lease term on the buildings, they can, almost demand a price. It's a funny old world at the moment where things are as they are, yet property's still moving. So where it ends up with retail, especially, is a bit of a thing. I mean, industrial's busy with you. You're doing a lot for us up there at the minute, which is great. So that's just going to keep going based on what we know. So
and that's something. Again, that's the difference I've seen. The explosion, if you like, west of Melbourne. The industrial units, the warehousing out there, and it, all driven by this sort of e-commerce boom, shall we say, and logistic requirements around that. To help the clients, some of them are quite old, so they're going to need that sort of specialist focus on the life cycle, which is something that we're helping Charter Hall with now. There's a very large estate that we're working on with, asset data capture, because a lot of asset registers aren't in place for some properties, and then just sort of helping them think, what money do they need to put aside for the next sort of 10 years to allow them to, maintain the buildings and keep them functional. That's a huge piece of work, really.
Yeah, there's a lot to be done. And I think, just because of the way it is, I guess, is the only simple way of putting it. More people are trying to understand what the baseline is, and clients are, fortunately for us, are needing what we do at the moment. We're very lucky.
I think they just, the owners will have to be smarter with the money they spend, especially given the circumstances now, and they're keen for that sort of advice, that guidance.
That's right. That's great. Thanks again. We'll speak soon, Tim. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.